weekend here at Muscle in the Morning, and I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, November 16th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I caught myself getting sucked into one of those global warming documentaries last weekend, where they talked about these 100-year storms starting to become annual things all over the world. And I'll be damned if it doesn't look like we've got one brewing in Australia right about now. A few days ago, we saw some rumblings after Aussie powerhouse Josh Lenartowicz trickled out some progress photos, which only added fuel to the fire for the people out there saying that he's a dark horse to win the Arnold next year. It looks like the year away from the game has done Big Josh a world of good physically, but probably even more so mentally. So I hope for his sake, now that everyone is back in line, that he can recapture his spot as one of the most exciting athletes in the sport. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've heard coaches run their mouth about doing something to gain a competitive edge for their athletes. But you know what? When a bodybuilding legend like Dexter Jackson shows up and gives you a grade A butt whooping, make sure you come back and tell me how that whole competitive edge thing worked out for you. On Tuesday, we saw Team Blade release a handful of new training clips that show one of the greatest to ever do it, giving one giant middle finger to all of them competitive edge gurus out there. Even though I haven't directly heard any news about what's up next on Dexter's docket, right now, as a 9-time Arnold champ, you have to think that a trip to Columbus, Ohio is always on the table at this point. And whenever the Blade touches down in the state of Ohio, the majority of the time, he ends up flying back home with some serious hardware stuffed up in the overhead compartment. Sooner or later, there comes a point in every athlete's career when they decide it's time to finally hang it up and start focusing on some of the more important things in life. And for men's physique standout Jeph Gabriel, that time might be fast approaching. A few days ago, Gabriel spoke openly on his Instagram about the possibility of it hanging it up at the end of the 2019 season. All things considered, I think the first 3 seasons of his pro career have been pretty damn good, especially when you consider how much the division's grown and changed over that time. But the competition bug has a way of getting down deep into people's DNA. So once that final date is officially checked off his list, we'll see if it really does end up being his last contest. This weekend, if you want to get your hands on the hottest ticket in the Pro League, you're going to have to make your way out to the Far East, to the land of the rising sun. And after you touch down, the first thing you should do is find a way to lay down a few hundred yen on 3-time Bikini Olympia champ Ashley Kaltwasser. On Wednesday, the world got their last look at what Team Kaltwasser is bringing to the stage as they released their last official update before hopping on a plane to head out to Tokyo. Just as we've seen all year long, Ashley looks like she's still firing on all cylinders. And barring a serious case of jet lag, I'm not sure if I see anyone in the lineup right now who's got enough firepower to knock her off the top spot. Be physically strong and mentally indestructible. That's the motto coming from fitness superstar Piia Pajunen's camp right now. A few days ago, we saw the top 10 Olympian putting in some good old-fashioned sweat equity as she continues to cruise along through the first phase of her off-season program. Pajunen is one of those athletes in the fitness division who's got enough to win almost any show on any given night if she shows up at 100%. And if she decides to throw her hat into the Fitness International, again, she can end up being a dark horse top 3 contender once the dust finally settles. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.